if you're buying any cards from TCG Player, please use the link in the description to help support my content. This video is sponsored by Botan Store, TCG Player, PokemonCard.io, and Card Market. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tailmon. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're gonna be playing with Crabominable, one of the new cards from Fusion Strike. This is a pretty powerful V Pokemon, I would say, that can and should be able to stand up against VMAXs. The trigger Avalanche card, or Avalanche attack rather, for a single water energy. You discard a top 2 card of your opponent's deck. More annoying than anything really, but not a bad attack to have. And then the Destroyer Punch attack does 90 damage, and this attack does 60 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. Now what does that mean? That means you can 1KO VMAXs with this 2-pricer, which is really good, right? It's always a nice way to combat with the VMAX Pokemon. You will need 4 damage counters on any given VMAX in order to 1KO them with Destroyer Punch by doing 60 times 4, that's 240, plus a 90, that is 330 damage, plus the 4 damage counters they will have on them from before. That's 370 damage total, so nothing can withstand the 4 damage counters. Now that does mean that we will be in a sort of rush to evolve into Sobbles and Drizzles and also the quick shooting Inteleon, but we also have access to Galarian Zigzagoon's Headbutt Tantrum and its combination with Scoop Up Net. Now, aside from the Inteleon lineup, we are going to be playing with Frostless as well, with the ability Frostover. Allows you to evolve from Snorunt, and you get to attach a water energy card from discard pile to one of your Pokemon, similar to Melanie, except you don't draw cards. But since the attack does cost 3 total energy, you will need to power up 2 energies at once sometimes, especially if you want to start attacking as quickly as possible, or if you need to power up a Crabominable from scratch. Then you need Frostlass, you need Raihan or Melanie, and you need an energy attachment for turns. So having energy in the discard pile is pretty important. And I'm just noticing that I wondered earlier how I had so much space in the list, and that's because there's only 1 level ball in here. That is definitely a mistake. That is not what I intended. I intended to have 4 level balls for sure. So seeing that, I'm gonna have to make the changes live right now. I really thought I do have a Suicune for backup. I'm wondering if it's worth getting rid of. I don't think so. I think I'm actually gonna take out a Crabominable, because Suicune is obviously a pretty good attacker as well, to apply pressure. And then that's 3 level balls, so I need space for 1 more. I think I can afford to take out 1 Scoop Up Net. That seems fairly reasonable, right? And there we go. So sorry about that. When you're adding 4 copies of a card with control click, apparently sometimes you can make this mistake. And I was generally wondering when I was building this, like, how did I have so much space? But now I know, right? Now I know. The level ball is especially important because it can get Sobbles, Drizzles, the Snorunt, the Zigzagoons, and also the Frostlass, as it is a 90 HP Pokemon. As I mentioned, we're going to be playing Melanie and Raihan to power up that extra energy attachment and get extra resources. We are playing buckets to find our water energy, since we do need some to attach and some in the discard pile as well. Switching cards, Cape of Toughness makes Crabominable that much more formidable. See what I did there? And so let's jump into the ladder and see what we can do with this list. Alright, so we are in our first match with Crabominable V. Let's see how things go. My opponent did win the coin flip, so we are going to be going second. Our hand, that mulligan, which I keep having a lot of mulligans lately. A mulligan basically showed a Suicune deck, perhaps. Like, that's what you would interpret most of the time. So we have the... Ooh, we're up against Dracozolt VMAX. Okay, that's actually really good, because we are not weak to lightning. Dracozolt will not be applying a lot of pressure, and we will be able to 1KO Dracozolt VMAX. So this is actually one of the best matchups that we could possibly have gotten, actually. 3 mulligans for them, 1 for us. That means we get a bonus 2 cards. I would love to attach my turn 1 energy to a Crabominable rather than a Sobble. That's not always going to be possible. All right. So I actually got 3 mulligans. Nice. Not bad at all here. All right. My opponent just draw passes. No quick balls, no nothing here for us. So what I'm thinking is, if I attach a water energy, then I'm not getting a Crabominable. If I attach the capture, then I'm not getting Melanie. I'm in no rush, right? I do have Snorunt, Axis, and I have Frostless as well. I'm just gonna go for the Crabominable. I don't see why not, and then I'm gonna go ahead and establish the Snorunt. And yeah, this is looking pretty okay. I'll go ahead and keep calling for 1 more Sobble. I'm gonna keep that bench space open for possible Zigzagoon, possible backup Abominable if I need that. But yeah, have the potential to 1 KO. My opponent applies no pressure whatsoever, so... Well, I guess they do apply pressure in that they could KO the Sobble here, but that's fine. That is actually fine. I mean, I don't actually damage the Dracozolt either, so I could also just end up like using Trigger Avalanche and discarding resources and potentially decking my opponent out. So that would be a really funny way to go about the game for sure. Path to a peak, that doesn't matter. So it seems like that's what I'm gonna end up doing. Just a turn of discard their resources, which I'm completely okay with. Completely okay with that. Okay, I do find a Melanie. So with that top deck, I'm gonna grab Quick Ball off of this Drizzle, and then I'm gonna go ahead and Quick Ball away the water. Grab myself a Sobble. I think that's fine. Yeah, Crabominable takes 4 turns to get knocked out, so go ahead and bench you. We'll go ahead and Melanie. And I do find another energy, which is fantastic. So with that, could I have... Ooh, I actually could have attacked this turn. It's fine. Yeah, if I had Quick Bolt away that energy, and then search for a bucket and then search for Frostless, I would have been able to power up the Crabominable this turn. That's okay though. That's alright. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a bucket. I might get Marnied, that's okay. And for now, we're just gonna go for the Trigger Avalanche, no self-damage, and discard a Switch and a Kabu, neither of which are really impactful cards, really. Alright, so in an ideal world, I get to place 4 damage counters and I get to knock out the Dracozolt VMAX, right? The issue is I will get return KO'd afterwards, but that's okay. I can just eventually build up to the Crabominable, and that's fine. That is completely fine. Alright. That pretty much seals the knockout, as I can get another instance. Perfect. So I have double quick shooting people. And then I could possibly just set up a win here, which is pretty fantastic, I would say. So I do need energy, right? I'm gonna grab both cards, that way I have energy to attach and a discardable card for the Quick Ball to establish another Crabominable for the upcoming turn. And that's pretty good. So if my maths is correct, we should be getting a knockout right here. And if I do things properly, right? Which includes using my abilities. And then I can definitely do this to thin. I'll just grab the Siggy, because why not? And we'll go ahead and Destroyer Punch for a lot of damage. 330 damage, so my math did not fail me. Finding a Cape of Toughness would have meant that the Crabominable would have survived this upcoming 60 damage hit, but that is alright, I would say. That is alright for now. It's gonna be a couple of turns. The Big Charm does not save my opponent. The Big Charm does not actually save my opponent from getting wrecked here. So I discard 2 resources, they hit me for 60. I basically have a few turns to top deck out of this. I might want to stall for a bit. Nah, this is fine. We have so many top decks, right? That's not one of them, that's for sure. I do have the cave myself, right? Okay, so we're just waiting for like Melanie or Incense or Level Ball or Research or Inteleon. Any of those cards actually works. And it doesn't really matter if my opponent heals or not, because I just put the 2 damage counters and then I get the immediate knockout. Or energy, right? Energy works too. I have so many good outs. I have any energy within the next 2 turns, any energy, any Incense, Level Ball, the Inteleon, Melanie, not Raihan. Not Raihan, but we'll see. Hope I don't regret discarding this Crabominable. Like, I would have to really, really whiff big time for me not to win right here. I would have like a really, really, really big whiff. Moomoo Cheese. Spark Trap, alright. And there we go. That's the game. I had so many outs, I had so many turns as well to pull this off. And pretty solid. Yeah, pretty solid. I could bench a Zigzagoon for bonus damage, but I don't like it when my opponents do that to me, so I will not do that to my opponent. That's the power of Crabominable, right? I was playing against a deck that was literally not applying any pressure whatsoever, so we do have to keep that in mind. The 3 energy attack cost is actually pretty detrimental. It's the deck's biggest weakness, I would say. So let's see if we can keep this going against hopefully a more aggressive deck. Alright, so we actually won the coin flip, which is pretty awesome. And we start Crabominable with a pretty good hand, I would say. So things are looking really good right here, actually. Really, really good. We get energy in the discard pile. We get access to a bunch of Sobbles. Things are looking really nice right here. Really, really nice. We have our Melanies. We priced 2 Waters, which is something to keep in mind, but it's not the biggest of deals. And things are looking pretty great for us, I would say. Pretty great. The worst thing that I guess could happen is a Crushing Hammer head flip. That would delay my attack by a turn. So hopefully my opponent is not playing said card. Or if they do, then hopefully they flip tails, right? That would be ideal. Okay, so we're playing against Suicune. A little unfortunate that we're playing a Suicune as we don't get the 3 prize versus 2 prize advantage. Is my opponent actually gonna knock me out or attack me here? That'd be really impressive. Alright, not quite. So now I'm gonna Level Ball for Drizzle, and what I'm gonna do first is Melanie, right? And then after I see which 3 cards I've drawn off of the Melanie, then I'll decide what else I get off of the potential second Drizzle, off of that Evolution Instance. So I'm not committing to a full plan just yet. I'm not committing that instance to a Drizzle to get a Bucket to get the energy, because I don't know what I'm gonna get off of this Melanie, right? There's the energy, so I don't actually need the Drizzle either. I get the damage over here, which is great. I'm not threatened with a return KO. What I do need is 2 damage counters on Suicune in order to get a knockout. So with that in mind, the Incense could simply become the Quick Shooting Inteleon, right? And that would guarantee the knockout. So for now, I'm not gonna play anything else. I also don't want to bench anything else because then that just powers up the Suicune. And I wouldn't really mind getting Marnied. I usually immediately regret saying that as soon as I say it. I get Marnied into a Tetra, but it's a genuine analysis of like with the board, with my hand, with the current situation, I'm okay with that happening, right? Whatever the result is of the Marnie, it would actually be okay. Wow, my opponent had all 4 Evolution Instances in their hand. That is crazy. That is actually generally pretty crazy, not gonna lie. Okay, I want them to fill up their bench as well, because if I can get a return here with my own Suicune at some point against theirs, then that's fine. I'm training 2 for 2. And this Crabominable has already traded 3 for 2, which is pretty okay. Alright. To the point where if I attack with Suicune this turn, that could actually be pretty good. And this Level Ball is just icing on the cake. Attacking with Suicune might actually be the right way to go right here. So I would need to bench the Suicune and then play the Escape Rope, right? And then if they promote Suicune, I can probably still get a KO. And I can search for Quick Ball, I can search for the water, so I'm in a pretty good spot here. I expect them to bring up a Lotad. Yep, that's exactly what happens. Okay, now first I'll do Fleet-Footed, see if that changes any of my draws or plans. Not quite. Okay, that's fine. So I'll grab the waters. And then I will go ahead and grab the Drizzle. And with the Drizzle, we will search for a Quick Ball. And I was thinking maybe these decks could actually benefit from playing Cramomatic, like Melanie decks, or even like Fluffy decks, which I will be featuring sometime soon. Because like the benefit would be that you get an extra way to discard stuff, you know, and that's actually like always good. The Capture Energy is pretty cool card, which is not quite right now. So sure. Okay, so if I don't fill up my bench, they'll be forced to have a Ludicolo to get a return KO on the Suicune, which I am perfectly okay with. And I do want, sorry, my cough is still here. It's way better than it was over the weekend, but it's still here a little bit. 2 damage counters ensures a knockout, an easy knockout, and then we'll go for the Blizzard Rondo. Nice. So technically my opponent's deck should have an advantage because they can power up attackers easier and faster. But my opponent's start was so lackluster that we have this very solid advantage right now. Alright. So my opponent did promote the undamaged Suicune, but which they could generally choose not to do the full damage since they can't get to a KO. However, with 4 Evolution Incense down and now Rare Candy, I really don't expect to get Ludicolo'd anytime soon, unless they play Raihan. It seems really difficult for them to pull it off, so I'm actually okay with this. And by benching that Sobble, now I can, if I fill up my bench... Oh, what? Well, never mind. You're joking. Okay, I mean, that's fair. They got very unlucky early on, so that is only fair. But I'm at a point where, as long as I can power up another attacker, then I should be good to go, right? I should absolutely be good to go, which I can't do right now, right? I'm actually gonna have a pretty underwhelming turn in terms of that, but now I'm free to fill up my bench. That actually lets me guarantee the KO. So 2 damage counters, means 120 plus 90 to 10 to 30. So I actually need a third damage counter. So I need to bench you. Need to attach energy to you and fail the capture energy. Then I'll do one quick shooting. And then I'll do one Sobble. I'll do one Snorunt. And then I should Melanie this turn, right? I should absolutely Melanie this turn. So I'm gonna grab you to grab Melanie, and you know what? It's gonna be Melanie and Level Ball. Because then I can either get Drizzle or I can get the Frostlass in case some energy removal happens. And I do get a Scoop Up Net, so I'm actually gonna pick up this dude. I have access. I mean, they're not going to. Wait. Oh wow! I messed that up really badly. Oh, I actually messed that up really badly because I don't get a KO here, right? Well, I mean, no, yeah, I messed up. I really messed up right there. I got lucky with the Scoop Up Net. I did the maths and then I just completely disregarded it. I did the maths to see if I would get a KO, and then I completely disregarded the fact that I wasn't getting a KO unless I benched the Zigzagoon. So I needed to bench the Zigzagoon over the Snorunt, and that's why I was going for the Melanie. So I swear in my mind, I swear in my mind it was, it made sense, right? I swear in my mind it made sense. My execution was not quite up to par. So if I had not done that, the Suicune would have 230 damage on it. They would attack me, and then I would have to go quick shooting plus Zigzagoon onto the Suicune, take the knockout, and then use Boss to get another to get the KO on the Suicune. That would have been the plan. If they didn't attack me with Suicune, but if they're not attacking me, no, but they were going to attack me with the damage Suicune. Never mind. So I still had outs, right? I still had ways to win, despite my mistake. The Scoop Up Net draw helped me fix my mistake. All right, let's jump into another game. All right, we might be up against a Mew VMAX deck based on the sleeves, coin, and deck box of my opponent. I do lose a coin flip, and I mulligan on top of that, so things are gonna get a little dicey here. Things are gonna get a little problematic, but nothing that a good start cannot fix. Okay, this is not the good start that you would hope for. It's not terrible, but it's not the best. And it's not actually Mew, it's Dragapult, right? A deck that I will be featuring very soon. Very soon. Alright, just a pass, or a bench, rather. I'm going to go ahead and quick will a Drizzle out of all the cards in my hand. I think that's the most expendable. And I did not prize Drizzle, so that's fine. Did prize a Melanie, no energies. So Melanie, Cape, Boss, Switch, I believe I played 2, Level Ball, and an Inteleon. So actually pretty reasonable prizes. Alright, so I'm really looking for ideally water energy, but I wouldn't mind a capture. I have buckets and waters as outs. There we go. And I can... So I'm not going to be doing the big attack next turn either. Alright, discarding Marnie and Incense. I mean, it's 2 good resources that my opponent no longer has, right? I would not be surprised to see my opponent go Rare Candy this turn, yep, especially with triple Genesect. That's pretty good. That seems pretty good. Alright, so Genesect number 1. I'm sure once real life play comes back, there's gonna be issues with people being unsure how many Genesect abilities they have already used or not. I am 100% sure that's gonna be something that ends up happening. Wow, somehow they drew three unplayable cards, and wow, I just top decked the perfect card to be able to take a knockout this turn. That is actually really impressive. I've been getting pretty lucky with the top decks, that's for sure. Okay, definitely want to bench a Suicune. I definitely want that as a backup attacker right here. So I'll go ahead and grab Drizzle. With the Drizzle, I'll grab Melanie. And then we'll see what we get off of the Melanie. But that was pretty good. It was literally the best card I could have top decked with the hand that I already had, so that I could actually start applying pressure and attacking. And there we go. Destroyer Punch on the Drippy. I do get 2 damage counters back. So if my opponent evolves and hits me for 180, I'll be 10 damage away from getting KO'd. But if they have a Horror Energy, they would actually be able to... I would knock myself out, and therefore a 2-for-2 trade wouldn't be that bad for my opponent overall. Wouldn't be that bad for my opponent overall. Nice Battle VIP pass. I like how this deck isn't just for research for Marnie, you know? I like how we're starting to diverge from that sort of deck building with Melanie, with the Fusion Strike decks and the Genesect engine. I do really like that. And I think Ultra Ball is just gonna make the Genesect engine just that much better, you know? That much better. Alright, so with the Inteleon, I kind of want to pressure Dreepies. So I'm going to do that. Attach energy here. I'm going to bench 1/6 and I'm going to discard the other one. And I'll go ahead and research. I'm okay discarding Melanie because I did get ahead in the energy technically right here. Gonna go ahead and quick pull away this Inteleon for a Sobble. Definitely going to be focusing on quick shooting more than that guy. And I'll go ahead and Destroyer Punch for the KO. So next turn I could potentially get a knockout on that Dreepy if it doesn't get evolved. Solely with my abilities, and then be able to attack into something else. Well, that's the turn where they top deck either the Candy or the Dragapult. Whatever they top decked ended up being pretty good for them. And I mean, generally I'm 2 bosses away from winning. Yeah, so apparently it didn't have energy. Their deck felt a little awkward. So let's play another match. Right, so lose the coin flip yet again. I think that's 3 out of 4 games where we've lost the coin flip. Yep, we've managed to win all of them, thankfully. Pretty good hand. Pretty decent hand. Alright, we're up against Single Strike, so a really big damaging attack. A really big, yeah, a really big damaging deck rather. So, I mean, there's definitely merit to pairing up Suicune first instead of the Crabominable if that's available. It is Gengar. It's a Gengar focused deck. 2-card hand. Interesting. That earn play probably signifies they have either Marnie or okay, Suicune's not here, so never mind. They have either Marnie or Research in their hand, I would assume. Okay, that's actually really good. Really good. Okay, I'm gonna lose the Inteleon anyways, so I'm gonna use that to establish Snorunt. And then I'm gonna go ahead and attach the energy, and I will go ahead and keep calling for all my Sobble friends. Yeah. I fully expect to get knocked out, right? Actually, sure, I'll keep a bench space open just in case. I'll keep a bench space open. Alright, there's Umbreon, there's Switch, and there's Research. Yep, nice. So Umbreon must have been the top deck. Umbreon must have been the top deck. Alright, double Houndoom already, so pretty scary. So the cool part is that I don't think my opponent's reading Crabominable. He's gonna place the damage counters himself. Or maybe he's reading it now. So all I need are 2 damage counters. So I need... No, you're gonna power up the Umbreon, right? Yeah. So I need Zigzagoon and Scoop Up Net. Oh, interesting. They did draw the energy. Okay. So I'm glad that Umbreon wasn't there previously, otherwise they would have been able to just wreck my Crabominable right there. Alright, so I have the power up. I need Zigzagoon and Scoop Up Net. Right, Zigzagoon and Scoop Up Net, which seems very doable, right? Between having Drizzles, Quick Balls, Level Balls, all of that good stuff. Alright, so there it is. So I can Level Ball for Zigzagoon, Incense for Drizzle for Scoop Up Net, and then go ahead and Quick Ball for... I want to have Suicune for backup. And... Or... Okay. I'm gonna Level Ball for the Zigzagoon. No, actually, no. Think, Pablo, think. It's Level Ball for Drizzle. Yeah. I need to save my Crabominable, and the only way I save it is through K-Buff Toughness, right? So yes, K-Buff Toughness, and then I go Quick Ball. Assuming... I don't think I'm getting knocked out next turn. So there's the Zigzagoon. There we go. The K-Buff Toughness is the key, because otherwise the Umbreon could have knocked me out. Otherwise the Umbreon could have knocked me out, and that would not have been very nice. Alright, very good. 3 damage counters is 180 plus 90 to 70 plus 30. Yeah, I do need the Scoop Up Net in order to get the KO. And next turn I'll have access. I will have access to Inteleon, making it that much easier. And boom, the name of the attack is pretty accurate. Destroyer Punch. We literally just destroyed that Gengar VMAX completely destroyed. Okay, so now we're hoping no tool removal or tool denial in Tool Scrapper or Tool Jammer, right? That's what we're hoping for. Already we're seeing Ordinary Rod, which is not ordinary in Rapid Strike decks. So if my opponent evolves, obviously they lose, they're not going to evolve, but this gives me time to find another Crabominable attached to it and hopefully win the game after that. So clearly I don't need damage counters on this guy, right? So I'm going to put them all onto the bench. Okay. This actually really sucks having to, or using Marnie against my opponent right here. But using Melanie just doesn't make any sense, right? So I'm gonna Scoop Up Net this guy. And I'll go ahead and Marnie. Not, like if Suicune wasn't priced, this would be completely fine, but because it is, then that's why I'm in trouble. And this also means I'm in trouble. Okay, so if I bench this Sobble, actually, this is actually fine. Thanks to the Incense and Quick Ball and Escape Rope, even though I didn't get a Crabominable, I should actually still be able to pull this off, but we'll see. So Destroy Punch for 1 million damage counters, yep. That's that. And the cool part is I don't need to win next turn. And there's Suicune as well, so that's also really good. That's also really good. If my opponent doesn't Marnie me, that's game over. If my opponent doesn't Marnie me, then that is game over, Reno. Alright. See Crobat. Yeah, because I can knock out anything on the bench. With Suicune, my opponent needs to Marnie me. And if they Marnie me, I have 2 turns to win still. I have 2 turns to win still. Okay. Can I do enough to knock this guy out with Suicune? No, I cannot. Yeah, the game's over. Well, if they fill up their bench, then I can. Or if they do 2 damage counters here, then I can. But they don't. Yeah, Fear and Panic. Alright, but that's a game because Suicune, with the damage counters from Inteleon, can just knock anything out right here. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do... I don't even need the Melanie. Because I have Frostlass. So, not bad. Yeah, not bad for a gimmicky deck. Not bad for a gimmicky deck. There's Frostlass. And I'm doing 200 damage. So that's gonna be it. GG. No reason to use those. And there we go. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I had priced 2 Scoop Up Nets that could have been harmful in that situation where I needed the Scoop Up Net plus 6 again to get the return KO. But yeah, when you're trading 2 prizers for 3 prizers, you're probably gonna be doing pretty well. That's gonna be it for this deck. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like, helps out the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.